Good, it's your boy Don from Diamond Out Coaching Entertainment. Coaching link down below. You already know how it go, man. All my links down below, Discord down below. Let's get into that video. So look, here's how you evolve faster spiritually, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. I ain't really so I planned out the video, right? It's gonna pretty much be about finding a good spiritual system, moving beyond that system, and then the journey to becoming your soul, and then also back to source, right? Now, I didn't type out notes, so I hope I don't miss anything, but let's just get right into it. So it's very important. I ain't gonna say it's very important, but I think it's very beneficial to you if you have some type of spiritual system that resonates with you. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me hit a motherfucking dab. You know what I'm saying? With these cool ass shades on, because you know what I'm saying, the clairvoyant shades. You know what I'm saying? But you don't gotta know about that shit. Bro, when you find a certain spiritual system, right, it gives you guidelines of do X, Y, and Z. Don't do X, Y, and Z. Practice this at this time. Abstain from this at these times. It's actually really good because the people who made the spiritual system had to have been on some, I mean, you could have niggas on some bullshit, but with the most renowned ones, the whole Hindu shit, Taoist shit, Buddhist shit, you know what I'm saying? Egyptian shit, all that shit is valid as fuck, right? If you know how to properly follow it, of course, you know what I'm saying? And the people who made it, right, understand, they didn't have a religion, which is very important to understand when it comes to the second part, when it comes to moving beyond the rules of the religion. Because some religions do have rules like, okay, you can't do this, you have to meditate at these times, right? But understand that these rules are only guidelines for you as a beginning aspirant who may not have much of an idea of what the fuck is going on. But understand that higher ups may not even follow all these goddamn rules. Like, the rules just help them get to a certain place, and once they're at that place, they don't follow the rules anymore. You see, you shouldn't, obviously follow the rules, but you shouldn't follow rules just because someone said follow the rules. You should understand why the rules actually apply. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they say this? You know what I'm saying? Why did they say don't do this? Why did they say do that? You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to, okay, they said don't do this for this reason. Well, I don't care about that reason. So let me actually still do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Oh, they said do this, but I don't even want this benefit, so I'm not going to do that part. You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where you can just literally pick and choose what you want to follow. Now, this part does get a little bit yeah, because you could get on some ego shit like, oh, you may know, there may be something that says don't do this, right? And it actually what benefits you, but you just don't feel like doing it type shit. So you're like, I'm not going to do that one. But you really should do that one type shit. So there is a certain balance you got to achieve here. You need to become very perceptive, and you need to understand what the fuck you're actually trying to do. But here's an example, right? Some systems say don't eat meat, right? Now, me, I'm not going to eat no goddamn meat because I don't like meat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like the state I get put in, all that shit, right? But I know somebody who eat meat and can astral project way better than me and probably you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a vegan. You know what I'm saying? And she could just get on some shang and then just, you know what I'm saying? She's straight. So I'm gonna always use her as an example because you also have fucking Ogoris. They eat dead bodies so they could get the they eat bodies that have chest died type shit because they still have prana inside them and they want to eat the prana from the body. I'm not doing that shit though. You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain point where you got to know what you're looking for and how to properly get that shit, which is when you may go to several other systems. You may pick some shit from the Tao, some shit from the Egyptians, some shit from the Buddhists. That's all cool. Understand where you're trying to go and what's going to get there. You know what I'm saying? So find a system that aligns with what you're trying to do. And then, you know what I'm saying? Learn what rules to follow and what rules not to follow type shit. You may follow all the rules, which is cool, but you're not following them because someone said follow the rules. You're following them because you understand why the rules are actually there. Now, here's the part that's really, really, really important. The journey from becoming, the journey to becoming your soul and into becoming source, right? You see, your soul, right, is an individualized focal point of awareness. It's just one point in space that observes. However, there are several points in space that observe. Those are all souls. And then the spirit or the source, right? Well, okay, spirit and source are kind of different, you know what I'm saying? But okay, so source is kind of just inert. It's nothing type shit, right? Spirit is like when source says, holy shit, I'm here. Then there's that one being that's there. That's the spirit. Then all that splits into all these other things and souls and stuff like that. But technically, source is not really the spirit. Source goes beyond spirit. Source is literally nothing. It's very inert. It literally doesn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Then it observes itself and says, holy shit, I'm here. Now you have the spirit that says, okay, time to make reality, spirit shit. And then you get all the souls and all the other things. You know what I'm saying? So with that shit being said, right? When it comes to becoming your soul, all your soul does is observe. And your soul never dies. And it's been around here for a while. So you have observed many different things. You know what I'm saying? That's where all your past lives and shit like that come from, and all that good shit, right? Now, with that being said, the journey to becoming your soul deals with observing your own awareness. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of like observing kind of nothing. You're literally just observing yourself, right? But the thing is, as you observe yourself, right? So imagine this is your soul, right? You know what I'm saying? This is you right now. You know what I'm saying? As a person, right? Let's say, okay, so your soul is looking this way, and you as a person, yeah, let me do it like this. This is easier for me. Yeah, okay, so your soul is looking this way, right? You know what I'm saying? And you as a person is also looking this way, right? Your goal is to turn over and look at yourself, right? Now, as you look at yourself, there's shit in the middle that's blocking all this. There's all these thoughts, emotions, desires, all that shit, right? So as you turn over, look at yourself, right? You still have to, okay, you gotta look at this thought. Imagine my rings are the different thoughts, right? You gotta eventually look at, okay, there's this thought. Let me remove that. This one, let me remove that. This one, let me remove that. Then you actually get to the soul, right? What does this actually look like? It looks like we were trying to meditate and then like clear your mind, but shit keeps on popping up. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what it looks like, right? Which is cool. As you try to observe your own awareness, shit is gonna pop up, right? Now, with steady concentration, which I'm having my boy texted me talking about how he feels like he should practice concentrating more for better meditation, which is true. That's the first step. And literally this morning I was reading inside my book about Aina Yoga, right? About how people just literally, they just skip the concentration part, go straight into meditation, and then they fuck themselves up because it becomes it becomes very superficial. And now instead of meditating on nothing, they're meditating on thoughts. So like a thought will pop up, and they'll just keep that thought there for a while, just meditate and go deep on that one thought. And it becomes very intellectual and very non-emotional and very non-connective to the spirit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To the soul and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, learn how to like concentrate on your breath, a fire, a picture, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Learn to concentrate, right? And as you concentrate, right, you're trying to focus on nothing. So all these thoughts will pop up, right? But you're not going to hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? And the more you let pass by, the further you start to evolve. The reason being is because in my one video, right, about speeding up your timeline, what happens is, right, certain thoughts, emotions, and desires may pop up that normally you would act off. You know what I'm saying? And then you may act off these desires and emotions and shit, and that could lead to like a whole different thing that you do for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Then you finally get back to meditating and focusing on the soul. You know what I'm saying? You could skip those 2 weeks by just saying, I'm not going to act off that thought, emotion, and desire real quick. So what happens is, right, instead of having shit pop up, then you act off it, and you learn this lesson, you just be like, no, I'm not doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that shit no more, son. And because you're not doing that shit no more, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it just passes and passes and passes, and you get more to the soul. Once you get, you see, you're getting very close to your soul when you start getting past lives and shit like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because the past lives is at like the very deep unconscious level, right where the soul is. Because your soul tends to be on the unconscious level, right? Most people are not fully aware of their own awareness. They're aware of the outside reality and kind of what they're doing, but they're not aware of their own awareness. They're not actually observing their own self. You know what I'm saying? Because when you actually become like that, it literally becomes like nothing type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, it's like first you hit like the past life shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you start going beyond your own individual life and tap into like your group. So you start seeing the people you came here with, the people who you're linked to and stuff like that. Because on some high level, you guys all are one soul. And then, you know, because that's what's called like an oversoul, like a group soul, right? You know what I'm saying? You, your friends and family are likely a part of a group soul. And then that group soul is part of like a higher soul that eventually just gets to the source. You know what I'm saying? So with all that shit being in the, and there's a lot of people inside of a group soul. It's not just like 2, 3, 4, like hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like big ass communities be a part of a group soul. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it like this, bro. Everybody on the earth, you could be seen as literally one individual soul of the group soul of Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like soul, I mean, my fault. Like Earth is like one fucking being and one soul that we're all a part of type shit. You know what I'm saying? So with these motherfucking 7 billion people, 7 billion people made one soul. So don't just think that you and like your 2 best friends are part of, no, it could be way more, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So with all that shit being said, right? You'll get the past life shit. You're going to learn how to just literally just observe shit. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get to like the group soul shit, right? Now, you know you're getting to source when it becomes like, literally, you just meditate and you just feel like you're inside of everybody and everything, you know what I'm saying? That's technically like spirit level because, like I said, source, you're going to literally become like nothing. It's like you literally be nothing, but like you're still there. It's the weirdest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to always be inside the source state. That's not the goal is to become one with source. Not to always be inside that state. When you become one with source, you can always access source whenever needed. But you don't always have to be inside the source awareness. Why? Because if you're literally inside that awareness of literally nothing, you're inert and you can't do shit on the earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know. So, but if you want to evolve fast spiritually, right? I'm gonna say this. Find a certain spiritual system, right? Follow the rules. But eventually learn to go beyond that system. Like, go beyond the rules. You may still follow all of them, but like I said, it's not because you're being told to. You just understand how this one guideline is actually benefiting you type shit. You know what I'm saying? At first, you're going to listen to all the rules and you know what I'm saying? But as you test shit out, you got to find what actually works for you. You know what I'm saying? And as you connect to your soul, right? As you observe your own awareness, right? You know what I'm saying? Which you just do by trying to observe nothing, right? As you do that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to literally have certain thoughts, emotions, desires, impulses that pop up and make you do shit that does benefit you. Like, you may get the idea, maybe I should look up this spiritual system, or maybe I should try this practice. You know what I'm saying? These things will pop up. You know what I'm saying? They could be your guides. They could be all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? It could be all kinds of reasons why they pop up, right? Also, I'm going to keep on going live and talking about magical shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Today's vid was actually going to be about the basics of magic, but I'm going to make that the last one, I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that shit. But, like, yeah, bro. And also, start trying to literally become your soul. Like, that's the point of the spiritual shit anyway. Understand that the yogis and the Taoists and all these niggas who made the motherfucking spiritual system did not have a spiritual system. They just literally tried to get in tune with their soul. They would just spend days and hours and years of meditation just literally observing their own soul. And then they're like, okay, nigga, that shit worked. Here's the method, nigga. And the thing is, right, they could have been experimenting for like super fucking long, right? Had all kinds of fuck-ups and all this other shit, right? Which is why they now have the rules that they themselves didn't even always follow type shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to make the trial and error to understand why certain shit is how it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't just blindly follow the directions. You got to understand why they're saying that also. You know what I'm saying? So as you become more of your soul, you get into a source, you start understanding why every religion says shit how they say it. For example, I don't blame the Bible for demonizing a lot of spiritual shit. Because at that time, all that shit was being used for evil pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, when niggas was just using magic out the ass type shit, it wasn't always just for good like that. It was a lot of evil shit. So when the Bible says that witchcraft shit is evil, I don't blame them for even saying that shit. I get it, because at that time, y'all was doing evil shit. Let's be real about that. That's not the Bible fault because y'all was on some evil shit. At that time, they needed that religion. You know what I'm saying? And shit, some niggas still need that shit now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, find what resonates with you. Follow that shit. Follow the rules, but eventually understand the rules and go beyond the rules. And just simply get to a point where you're just doing your own shit. Like, okay, nigga, I know I should meditate at this time because my soul says so. Because I feel the impulse to do this shit. I'm going to do that shit. Not because the fucking book told me to do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start literally just becoming more in tune with your soul. And the thing is, like I said, being fully in tune with soul is when you just become an observer, right? However, the impulses of your soul, you know what I'm saying? You gotta follow those too, which the impulses of your soul, it's funny how these ones come through. It's like, so imagine that this is soul right here, right? In front of it is like unconscious mind shit. And then behind that is like spirit guide, group soul shit, you know what I'm saying? And it just flow through from the soul, you know what I'm saying? Now, your past life shit is kind of like at this level, like the memories of them, but also kind of behind it also. It's very weird. But here's why I'm saying that shit, right? When you try to become the observer, right? You just try to always be the observer that's aware and just like, you know what I'm saying? You will get certain impulses from that level that I'm calling soul, right? Whether they be from your spirit guides or higher selves, whatever the fuck, right? You need to be able to actually get in tune with your own impulses and feel, okay, this is coming from my soul, and then follow those impulses. And the thing is, those impulses may go against your spiritual system. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say your system says don't smoke weed and don't take shrooms, right? But you feel your soul saying, nigga, take some weed and shrooms. Nigga, take the weed and shrooms then, my nigga. You know, I ain't saying just become a junkie, but you may have to do that shit. And you should be, and you could eventually feel where it's coming from. Is there some ego shit or some soul shit? Because I could feel when my ego says, I'm trying to smoke some weed. And when it does that, it's usually on some shit like, niggas could be bored, or like, I'm trying to be like entertained. You could feel it inside yourself that this smoking is not going to achieve anything. You can literally feel it inside yourself. You can tell when you're smoking for just to feel some shit and to actually get in tune with yourself. It's completely different. You could feel the impulse inside you, literally. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, right, if you're not always trying to get in tune with your soul, you may not be able to tell type shit. You may just be another fucking thought to you type shit, which is why you need the spiritual system at first to actually tell you this is how you get into a soul. Because like I said, different systems tell you different things. One says, nigga, meditate and focus on your breath and fucking have this posture and say this mantra. Another one says, meditate on that God right there. Another one says, nigga, do certain actions that should serve people. Like, there's all different kinds of ways to get in tune with your soul. Find the one for you. Of course, the basics are the yoga of action, devotion, wisdom, meditation, and life force cultivation, right? And then every spiritual system is at least in some aspect a part of this shit. Like the Tao shit will give you some wisdom teachings. They will give you some shit about acting properly. They give you all these. They give you the life force cultivation also. Those are like the 5 basics of spirituality, nigga. The wisdom part for your intellect, the devotional part for your emotions, nigga, the action part for your fucking actions, the meditation part for your willpower and concentration, and then the life force cultivation for your life force and for cultivating spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, if your intellect is fucked up, nigga, you need some yoga of wisdom. Your emotions fucked up, yoga of devotion, which can be done in many ways. Shit, you doing devotion? Are you being devoted to an Egyptian god, to a motherfucking Hindu god? You know what I'm saying? Either way is yoga of devotion, but different gods may have different practices for them. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, the path of a set, my nigga, you gotta be a vegan vegetarian for that shit. You can't be devoted to a set while still eating meat. It's not possible. But that don't mean that you have to be devoted to fucking a set, because I'm pretty sure that with sets, like Set, the ego principle, by the way, they have temples for him too. And sometimes you got to get in tune with that part of yourself. Like, for example, if you have like a very weak ego and you don't stand up for yourself and you have like no power and shit, nigga, you need that Set shit. And that shit may say eat meat. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the requirements for that shit, but that shit may say eat meat. It may say that, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Like different, you know what I'm saying? And also for a Set, there's different wisdom teachings. For a Set, there's different wisdom teachings. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Your intellect may need to learn certain shit in certain ways when it comes to this God or that God. It's like you gotta know what you need for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this shit kind of made sense. I'm gonna just wrap it up real quick, my nigga. Find a good spiritual system that resonates with you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Follow that shit, but eventually understand it and learn to go beyond the rules. That doesn't mean just break them. It means that when you read the rules, you don't say, I'm following it because it's a rule. If you follow it, it's because you understand it, or you go beyond it and say, I don't need this one type shit. And you may find other spiritual systems also. And also, take the journey and follow the path of becoming your soul and source, which literally just deals with becoming the observer. That's literally always it. It's always about becoming the observer when it comes to your soul and shit. And then to become source, you literally just observe nothing. Like, trying to observe nothing will lead you to your soul. But on that soul level, you still have shit there.